Hello everyone, I'm Li Jingjing. I'm Zhu Naizhang. Now we are at Dali Bai Autonomous Prefecture, Mijing Village. The population here are actually from the Bai ethnic groups. Today it took us 2 hours drive to be here. We heard about this place is well known for its salt, and also this place has a long history and a profound cultural heritage. That's why we are here to pay a visit to the Mijing Village. And some people are saying this village has completely preserved the Bai culture and customs, and also this village is identified as the second batch of the National Intangible Cultural Heritage. So today, we will show you around this village to see what are the mysteries. And also we have a local tour guide here to be with us. This is the village secretary. So please say hello to our audience. So I'm the party secretary from Mijing Village. I'm Li Zhenhua. Welcome to Mijing Village. And today we will show you around this Mijing Village. Actually, this is a small place around the Misha town. And this place has 160 households and over 400 residents. So are all these people from Bai ethnic groups? Well, 98% of them are from Bai ethnic groups. We have 3 ethnic groups for the village. So most of the people are from Bai ethnic groups. And we found some of these people here, they're actually carrying baskets. So what are they carrying? And these people, they're actually picking up mushrooms because this is the season. So we grow mushrooms on one side, we can earn some extra incomes on the other side. We just take these mushrooms as our local food.
阿姨你好，我们随着您的君子来了，打扰您了，突然间来造访。
Good afternoon. We're actually here because of the mushrooms.
我可以拿吗？
She just picked up some of the fresh mushrooms.
这么大的，像一把小伞。
Look at that, such a large size of the mushrooms, like an umbrella.
小的，这些是开锁的。
对，然后那个菌盖应该是扣着的。
哦，
这个已经开掉了。
对。
哦，这个是开掉的。
盖的那个菌盖已经开掉了。行，我们去上面先坐会儿。
So look at that, this is a very large size of the
可以
mushroom.
当伞撑。对。
This is the first time that I see such a large size of the mushroom.
好的，行，我们可以坐在这吗？
可以，谢谢。
坐，
坐一下，坐一下。
来，阿姨跟我们坐一块儿吧。好的，快来聊聊。哇，
你们坐。
您坐这儿，您坐这儿。
我们这边菌子很多的，有好几种。
是吧？师傅，你也拿个椅子跟我们坐一块儿。
So in Yunnan Province, you know, there are different types of mushrooms.
所以说，这就是咱们附近的山上采下来的，刚刚采
Let's
回来的。
take a seat.
很多吗？这些？
So you just took all of these mushrooms from the mountains around this place.
最后菌子自走菌子的话，已经最后几天的时间了。
Now we are at the raining season, and actually it left us only a few days to take all of those mushrooms.
区别在哪儿？
So today you're picking up the matsutake. What's the difference between this one as compared to other mushrooms?
还有就是说这个
Well, you know, we have very good texture for the matsutake,
蛋白质，
and also it was rich in the vitamins, very nutritious.
卖的价钱会比较高，是不是？这个
And also we can sell these mushrooms to other places, and we could get a decent income.
对啊，我是一家3口是巨无霸。
We used to use the matsutake
它有猪笼的话，它有几种
to get with the chicken, so we all love this kind of mushrooms. There are different ways to taste matsutake. Of course, you can eat this raw, and also you can deep fry the matsutake, and there's different ways for you to eat this kind of mushroom.
直接洗一下，我们就这样吃吗？
我们可以尝试一下嘛。
Even though you could taste it raw, however, it does not taste very good, but you could have a
好
try.
的，好的，谢谢。我还从来没有吃过这种，我也没有。而且闻起来有
I
一种
never ate
有一
it
种像那比如说
raw,
像香菇的那
so
个
I
味
would
道
like to have a try.
还有一丝臭的味道。对，然后就像拌着那个泥土里的那个味道。对对对。
So it smells quite different compared with other mushrooms.
网上经常有人说段子嘛，说云南人可能
And actually, I could smell the fragrance of dust.
我来了，不会啊，我把这个放到筐上。好，我们先把这个放。哦。 哎呀，我
先尝了。
在尝之前，我想看一下这小背篓，可以吗？
对，这些就是当地的背篓。
So I will look at this basket first before I taste the mushroom.
这就是当地最潮的包。
所以这是一个党羽布是吗？
对啊。
Well, this is the most fashionable bag locally.
标配。
You could see some of the villages, they are bringing this kind of basket to get the mushroom.
你知道你现在最像什么？那个
So I would say this is the most fashionable bag in the Mijing Village. It reminds me of a song.
对，现在应景了，可以。
它有些是方便嘛，去山上的话，大的话。
So when we come to Yunnan Province, we realize that it's very convenient for us to take a bag with us because we could take the mushrooms anytime, anywhere we want.
如果像我和晶晶这种，我们两个去上山采这个松茸的话，我们俩会有收获吗？
So I was wondering if we two go together to pick the matsutake, I'm not sure if I could get some of them.
背着吧，我要先尝一尝。
Well, you have to identify a proper place so that you could find out some of the matsutake.
配着这个独家的酱料，这个酱料是什么？
So we would like to taste it for raw.
圆边长这样，切完以后长这样。
对，
这是生的哦，直接就这样吃啊，真的没有问题啊。
没有问题，
确定啊。
These are actually raw slices for the matsutake.
哎呦，松茸刺身，你说我吃过鱼刺身，没吃过松茸啊。这个酱是什么蘸料啊？
Well, this is the first time for me
当地的梅子醋
to taste this kind of mushroom for raw.
可以，然后我们去外面的话，地方上吃的话，
And also we have a dipping sauce which made from the plum sources.
我们本地的这个梅子醋是很好的。
好像是能可以吃出那个鲜美味道。
So locally, the plum vinegar is quite famous, and people always want to eat the mushrooms for raw together with this plum
所以
vinegar.
这个为什么要蘸醋吃？
这个这样，一是看它底下有个杀菌嘛。
So why you eat this together with the vinegar?
对对对。
Well, actually, it can sterilize all of the bacteria. It can kill the bacteria, so it's more hygiene for you to eat all of these mushrooms for all.
它有些是开撒的这种啊，它就是我们就是这种吃的话，那可能就是有点不安全。
那这个和我们
像这种的话，刚刚你讲的就是。
For this kind of large size mushroom, sometimes if you eat it for raw, it is not safe. So sometimes people would like to deep fry some of this mushroom. But if you look at some of the smaller size of the matsutake, and then you can eat it for all. So what about the price? The price is about 600 RMB per 1 kilogram. It is quite expensive.
我刚才一看我说
一锤50。
So I would say one slice. Well, probably I already spent 50 RMB.
250。
So for this whole plate, it was around like 200 yuan.
阿姨，我不好意思吃。我一会儿多给你买一点，多给你买一点。
一会儿阿姨筐里的这些松茸也被你。
So maybe later we can buy some of the matsutake.
口感很特别。对。哎呀，太好了，吃补充了体力，我这接下来有力量继续去逛这个。
It's quite unique for the texture.
还给阿姨。
好的，
好的，谢谢阿姨。
So maybe later on we can show around more about this village. Thank you so much.
多吃一点吧。
这是我的不好意思了。
好的，好的，好的。
走吧走。
好，那我们先去逛一逛。
没走啊。
谢谢您的松茸。
See you later. Thank you.
哇，现在嘴里回到的都是松茸的味道。
对，
以前是挺多的，像是这几年可能就是山上这个。
Oh, it's quite delicious for the matsutake.
稀少了现在。
In the past, many people would like to go out to the mountains to pick the matsutake.
它有中间有一个。
So I believe if I buy some of the matsutake in Beijing, it must taste different. Yes, of course, because all of these are fresh matsutakes. So this is the Mijing River. You see, it's very spectacular scene. And actually, the whole village is built around the mountains. And this year, actually, the rainy season comes a little bit late. And if you came here in around like April or May, and the water will be very clear.
叫风雨桥，因为这个是
So what is the name for this bridge? This bridge is what we call the Fengyu Bridge, meaning that the wind and rain bridge. So actually we have made some renovations for this bridge. A few years later, the previous bridge was actually damaged because of the flooding, and then we have made some enhancement and improvement for the previous bridge. And from this bridge, you could see different kind of architectures with Bai characteristics. And actually, this village is divided by the Mijing River. We actually completely preserve the Bai characteristics for all of these architectures and the buildings. So actually in China there were different places where we have the ancient towns, but this place is quite unique. Because for one side, because of the location, it is very quiet, and also it is quite natural because it is surrounded by the mountains and the forests and the trees. In other ancient towns, you always see the same kind of model. For example, people can buy the same stuff from different ancient towns. But here, it is very natural, and we actually could see the Bai culture and the customs here. So for this village, we do not receive a lot of visitors, and some people, they have to drive their own cars to come here. And right now we have decided to develop tourism. So in the future, we may have make some renovations here. So in the future, if people want to visit here, they can actually live in some of the local bed and breakfast. Actually, we could see some of the wild animals here. For each one of the households, they are actually equipped with some of the high-tech technologies. For example, they can process clean waters. And also some of the households, they have been renovating themselves into a bed and breakfast. And soon we will come to a scenic spot of the Mijing Village. So that is the Watermill Mountain Valley. And soon we will arrive at that place. So this place has a well called the Mi Well, and people can collect salt from that well. So this is why we call this place a hometown to the salt. Soon we will be arriving at the Watermill. And these days we have made a lot of renovation here. Now you could see the road is quite narrow, and we have once again paved the stone roads. And now we have arriving at the place where we could see the Mi Well. Now you could see the Bai characteristics of this building. Have the green tile and also the white wall. Right, let's check out what is the well. This place is quite spacious actually. So right now we want to develop tourism, that's why we expand this place. So in this place, actually, we have built a courtyard. You could not only see the well here, and also we have put a statue here, which we consider as the god of the salt. And that is actually a legend. So previously, the village is actually located in the mountains, and when the herdsmen, they are shepherding, finding one of the cow was missing. And the shipment is actually followed the cow and found the well. And they identified there is a salt well located here. That's why people are calling this place a place for salt. So what is this one? So from time to time we will organize the memorial ceremony, so some people are actually here to pay tribute to the god of the salt. And actually for this large stone, we actually discovered that from the river. And for this one is actually from the Yuan dynasty. So from time to time, the villagers will come here to pay tribute to the god of salt. So according to your legend, it's a cattle, who found the well of salt. So even though that is a legend, and the villagers here actually believe in that legend, so that's why we built a statue of a god of salt. So we are paying tribute to the god of salt and pray for a harvest new year. So this one is actually the well we are talking about. So if we collect the water from this place, it must be water with salt, right? Well, recently we are having a raining season, so maybe it is not that salty. So be careful, we want to step inside of the well. Well, this place is quite moisture. Well, actually it's quite deep and it's very dark. I would like to have a taste of the water. Well, it's not salty water, it is quite light. Well, actually we seal some parts of the well because of the safety consideration. So this is not the salty water. It's not the water from the well. We have already sealed the well. You probably just have a taste of the rainwater. And actually for 1 week, we have seen some raining weathers in Dali, and now you could see it's quite moisture in this place. Still, we could see some of the drips inside of the well. So according to the legend, people will come here to collect the salty water and then trying to produce salt out of those water, right? That's why we call this place an important place for the ancient salt and horse road. If we look inside, we could see some of the plantations inside of this well, but once again, it's too deep and it's very dangerous right now. Can't believe I just have a taste of the rainwater. So I believe you are right now renovating this place. Yes, we like to develop tourism in the future, so we want to expand this place, and also we want to tell the history and the legends to all the visitors. So we just offer experiences for the visitors so that they could better understand the well and also the history of the Mijing Village. So all in all, this place we have a well, and in the past people would like to collect the salty water from here and then to produce salt from those water. So as you were saying, you are actually producing salt from this salty water from a well. So what is the differences of the salt that has been generated from the salty water as compared to the salt generated from the seawater? Well, there may be different microelements in some of those salt. So for this well, it has actually bring wealth to this village. And according to the history, the salt production started back in the Yuan dynasty. And in the past, some people travel a long way here just to collect the salty water and to produce salt.
然后当时我们间都是有一些是整个过来这是吗？
我连上了好几级台阶，
我有点累，
我也是，我有点喘。
我们现在在爬山。
李大哥，你喘吗？
您是要带我们去哪儿啊，李大哥？
It feels like we are climbing the mountain and it's quite exhausting. Where are we going right now? So now we are going to the opera stage. Will there be any performance today? Well, actually today we have a temple fair. And actually each year we will have the farming festival. And this year, because of the epidemic, we have postponed the farming festival. And today we will have a celebration today, actually to celebrate the Double Night Festival. Well, actually it's quite slippery on walking on this stone-paved road because of the rain. Do you have some delivery service in this place? Yes, actually we have the door-to-door service for the delivery. In Mijing Village we have ZTO and YTO. Actually the major delivery companies are able to deliver parcels here, so it's quite convenient for the villagers to receive parcels. But I believe it is a tough job for the delivery man to find all of those households and to make the delivery. And this place, as I said, many villagers, they are actually picking up the mushrooms, and they can send out some of those agricultural products to other places in China. So I was wondering, there are so many stairs here. So for the elderly people, I think it is quite difficult for them to go to the opera stage. Well, I believe the elevation here is higher than other places. That's why I think it's a little bit difficult for myself to get up on the mountain. Well, in this place we have the temple and also we have the mountain. We have no idea what's waiting ahead of us. Well, we are almost there to the Yunnan Opera stage. Well, this place is the Zhao Ying Temple, and finally we have arrived at the opera stage. Now you could see there are many people here waiting for the performance. Soon we will have a performance. I could see some of the villagers, they're actually wearing traditional costumes and wait for the performance. So everyone has been seated and waiting for the performance to start. So let's check out the backstage. Well, you have already put on the makeups, so you're about to give us a show, right? You can see we're putting our makeups on each other's.
75岁了，
您还帮。
然后你一会儿上台演出。
So how old are you, Granny? I'm 75 years old, and soon you will be up on the stage.
一会儿是上台演您的儿子吗？
对。
啊。
所以其实您看，奶奶虽然已经75岁的高龄了，但依然是一个彩妆达人。
See, even though this old lady is 75 years old, but she is still very fashionable.
我儿子，我们这场是3个人
，3个人。
别的那个是我们家的管家。
So for this show, we have like 3 people.
奶奶，您唱了多少年戏了
5个，我唱是20多年了吧。
So how many years have you been performing? I have been singing opera for around like 20 years, over 20 years.
那这位阿姨，您今年贵庚？
So I'm not a professional opera singer, but very interested in performing the opera. So how old are you? I am 59 years old. Well, I started to sing opera at around like 21, 22 years old, and 10 years later, I started to sing the opera again.
奶奶，你看看，奶奶这么大年龄，
I'm not an expert for the makeup, so that's why I have someone to put on the makeup for myself.
所以您一会儿就是要演出的是什么剧目啊？
就是三娘教子。
三娘教子。
So what is the opera you're going to performing? It's called 三娘教子. So I would say it is an educational show. So I'm performing 三娘, and I will try to educate my son. So actually, in this play, I act as a stepmother. And I try to teach my son how to live and together with his father.
还有一小会儿。
他们的化妆品，我想去看一下。
So when is the show time? Just in the moment.
这个颜色很鲜艳的，这是眼影吗？
对，这颜色。
Well, I would like to check out the cosmetics. What is that?
演戏是 OK 的，演戏在舞台上。
This is very colorful.
这个是。
Well, you could see the eyeshadows and all of these kind of cosmetics here.
工具都很专业呢。
And also we have the loose powder. You could see, you could find anything here in this backstage.
我们现在
我们可以上台看看。
可以看，他们就在。
这个楼梯稍微。
我可以带一下这个吗？这个斗。
可以。
这个还上得去楼梯吗？这个过道有点窄。
哎呦，不行，我感觉好像要上不去了。
哇，这有个更漂亮的奶奶，妆化完成，太漂亮了！来，咱们上来看看。这个楼梯带着大家来。
Well, here we could find another old lady, and she is also preparing for the show.
就是你们一会儿演的都是一出是吗？都是三娘教子吗？
So you're actually performing in the one play, yes.
所以，哎呦，你这叫戏服对不对？有点华丽哎。对。
Well, I already saw some of the costumes. They're very beautiful costumes.
姐姐，
听我说，从那个光线出来好像这个灯，然后知道那个在灯下看看两位这个阿姨的华丽的妆容。这边吧，这边吧。
And for the 2 ladies we just saw, and pretty soon they will put on a show called The Tale of the White Serpent. So what is your character? So I will act as the white snake, and also this is my sister.
这是许仙帅气的许仙，你好，有礼了。哇，所以这个就是一会儿你们要在这个见语嘛，
And also we have Xu Xian here. So soon they will be putting on another play, The Tale of the White Snake.
所以这是白素贞和许仙初相遇的那一出戏。哦，我还以为是法海。
So you're actually performing the show when the white snake meets her husband. So can I ask how old are you? I'm 52 years old. I'm 54 years old. But still, you're looking very young.
你们好，你们是乐队是吗？你们好，你好。
Well, hello everyone. Now you could see the whole team is ready for the show.
这边是这个叫什么锣和歘，对，
这边有这个
二胡。
We could see some of the percussion instruments, the drums, the gongs, and the cymbals. And also we saw the two-string fiddle. What is that? Well, this one is the four-string moon-shaped Chinese mandolin, and it is my first time to see this kind of Chinese mandolin. So let me have a try. It's just like I'm playing guitar, but actually this is the moon-shaped Chinese mandolin. So how to play the tune? Are there any techniques to play this kind of mandolin? Well, it's quite difficult for me to play this fiddle. And you also have a notebook, yes. So on one hand, you play all of these instruments, and also the actors and actresses, you sing along with the instrument. So this is the paddle, because in the show, the legend, the fairy tale of the white snake, there's a boatman, and he will actually riding the boat.
没关系，这个船桨对我来说也可以换成武器，变成一个枪。呛，大胆妖孽！来者何人？来者何人？呛，我收了你！我没有。
Actually, for this paddle, I could use it as a weapon.
我缴械投降。好的，不好意思啊，乡亲们，见笑了。人家要看人家唱戏呢，我们在这瞎耍。
如果第一次上这么大的舞台，居然就丢人了。
但是从这个看，
Well, actually, it's my first time to come on such a large stage. And now you could see the villagers, they're quite expectant for the performance. And now you could see some of the audience, they're all dressed up to come to this place.
都是这我们最年轻的 boy band，boy band 男孩乐队，或者是在我们这就是 grandpa band。
So actually, that is the band, and we're calling it the grandpa band for this opera stage.
开船的那个，这刚不说这位是船夫吗？不是，那个
So this is the boatman.
我们孤陋寡闻了。
So now you could see there were many characters for this show and this play. And we cannot tell the differences between these different characters.
有一点那个硬茬。
行，那你们演出是不是很快就要开始了？你们可以说开始，我就不知道。
So soon we will have the opera. Just a few minutes.
不好意思，打扰了他们演出。
下楼还是小心一点啊。
对。
So sorry for the interruption.
爷爷这个演出顺利哈。好嘞。
哟，奶奶在自己给自己画这个鬓角。
对，好的。哎，阿姨演出顺利呀，我们去看你演出了。
Wish you all the good success for the performance. And now we will come back, going down from the stage, and then we will join the audience to see the show. So before we started to watch the show, I would like to ask a question to all the audience who have been watching our live streaming.
我们可以坐这里有人吗？来，今天坐这。
好嘞。 要开始喽！
所以我们现在想给直播间的网友们提出一个随堂的测验，就是。
So here we would like to ask a question to all the audience who have been watching our live coverage.
你们可以通过转发、留言、评论我
And soon we will be seeing a play. So please tell us which language they will be using in performing the show. And if you take the answer, and then we will pick up some of the lucky audience and send out a gift. So right now we would like to watch the show, the Yunnan Opera, The Legend of the White Snake.
1年1次。
哦，1年1次。
每年演出。
2次的也有，2次的也有。
喜欢唱戏吗？
没有办法了，就
So actually this once of a year event.
每次看戏就每年演戏，你都会过来。
So these people are very passionate about Yunnan Opera. So you will come here every year, yes.
最喜欢看哪出戏啊？
So you are local Bai people, yes. So which one is your favorite show?
电视吧，这就是电视。
这个。
This one is my favorite.
这们都是忠实的
老
戏迷。
对，老戏迷。对，台上的是老
So
戏
for
迷。
the grandpas, they're actually big fans of the Yunnan Opera.
很难的嗓子很亮啊，尽管现在已经60岁了，但是其实嗓子非常亮还是。
So now you could see they have very good voice, even though they're already above like 50 years old.
你们能听懂吗？直播间的网友们，别忘了我们的提问哦。对。
So, dear audience, could you understand the dialect? Don't forget our question. So, our question is what dialect is performed in this opera? So, if you get the answer right, and then we will pick some lucky audience and also send out a small gift to those lucky audience. So, the gift is of Bai characteristics. If you want to get our gift, make sure that you get the answer right. So this one must be Xu Xian because he is holding the umbrella. So can you tell the gender? of Xuxian. Well, actually, he is standing by the side of the West Lake.
不会唱。
Do you know how to sing opera? No.
您看了多少年戏了？
So, how many years have you been watching the Yunnan Opera? I started to watch the opera from teenager.
恢复以后是不是很开心？是吧？喜欢。
When I was young, I used to watch this kind of Yunnan operas for some years. However, the performance was suspended later on, but back in those days, we could see this opera again. So I'm very happy to watch this opera again.
许仙要搭这个船，他们在讨价还价。
对，他在讨
讨价还价
讨个价钱，对。
On this scene, it feels like Xu Xian is trying to get on the boat, and he is actually bargaining with the boatman.
木兰扫狗回来，看看天色上走，城壁有那一块西红景色，未曾扫啊。从后雨林花西些嘛，都打流了。
如此说来，太不造求了。
哎，真是太不造求了。管家，你有些话是少说，往前游吧。
哎，我炮中底龙虎游不快呀，只得慢慢地游了。
哎，真梦啥人言。
客官，你既然有福，看你又不敢细皮，待我插一脚西湖调子，给你赶赶门吧。 先知杨柳白红红，有人有看西湖火人，南河船只买卖呀。我大姐
它有些服装都是有的是新的，有的是旧的。
新部位。
这一幕现在是这个白素贞小青和许仙已经相遇了。所以刚才您说这个，
So
所以
for
这个
this
编
scene,
剧
you're actually seeing that Bai Suzhen, Xiao Qing, and Xu Xian, these three people already met on the boat.
普通话。
So you talk about
本来滇西
the
就是滇
Yunnan
就背着
Opera.
云南嘛
I believe people are using a Mandarin with a Yunnan dialect
一个方言。
to perform in the opera. Well, actually, they are using the Kunming dialect to perform this Yunnan opera.
接近昆明的嘛。
So actually, the dialect is quite similar in different parts of Yunnan Province. So for this show, people are using a Kunming dialect
和咱们这边的
to perform in this
嗯
opera.
都接近的。已经包括我们去昆明讲，昆明话
So
过来这边讲我们。
I believe the dialect is a little bit different from the Jianchuan dialect. Well, it's quite similar because we could understand each other. But in general, it is Yunnan dialect.
编戏，那我们现在揭晓谜底。
Yes, we are very close to Sichuan province, and this kind of dialect can be also be understood by people who are from Sichuan province. So,
我也猜。
did you remember our questions? What dialect is performed in the opera? It's actually people are using Yunnan dialect to perform in this kind of Yunnan opera.
可见真的是很好，白族特色。
So we have already prepared a very nice gift for those who have get your answers right.
之前刚刚我们讲的就是因为这个年嘛。
So when did the Yunnan Opera become popular in these places? So as I said earlier, this place is very famous for salt, and people from different cities are actually coming here to trade on the salt. And in the past, many people are coming here from different cities. They're actually gathering in the conference center. And in that place, people would have a commerce with people who are living in the Mijing Village. So when those people are having meeting, and we also want to have some entertaining activities, so right at the beginning, we have invited some people who can perform the Yunnan Opera from Kunming city. And those people from Kunming first came here to perform the Yunnan Opera. However, after a few times, some young people, especially sometimes the kids, they're very interested in this kind of opera. And since then, the Yunnan Opera, also we call the Dian Opera, started to get some popularity in this place. So this actually goes back to the history of the ancient salt horse road in this place. Yes, because this place used to produce salt, and they started to sell salt to other cities. And during this process, actually, the Dian Opera became a derivative, and some people started to perform these kind of operas in Mijing Village. So will this kind of performance going on every year? Yes.
当然有一个月是的啊，还有就是说后面慢慢的我们就变成就是过年过节啊，像我们现在看新闻看。
And in the past, people always talk about the Mijing Village is very famous for salt, and every year there were different cities and governments. They will send out delegations here to trade with the salt, and we also organize many activities in this place to attract visitors and also to attract some potential investors. And so every year we will invite different opera teams to perform in our place. So I believe in around the 80s, the performance suspended. However, in 2015, we actually wanted to make an application for the Dian Opera to make it become the national intangible cultural heritage, and start from 2015, this kind of opera resumes. So start from 2015, every year, together with the farming festival. So in the evenings, we would like to have our villages gather in front of this opera stage, and people can enjoy the performance of the opera. As you said, there were for several years we have been suspended the performance of the opera. Why you want to resume the performance of the Dian Opera, the Yunnan Opera? Well, as we all know, Dian Opera has been listed as the second batch of the National Intangible Cultural Heritage. And because of our unique history, we think it's very important for us to pass down the Dian Opera and also the Dian Opera culture. And we have many inheritors. They would like to pass on this unique culture to the local groups. So in our journey today, we found the local mushroom. And also we talk about the history of this village, the Mijing Village. And we also talk about the ancient Salt Horse Road. And also now we are watching the Yunnan Opera. And in the future, actually, people would like to pass on the culture of this Yunnan Opera. So now you could see, even though these are elderly people who are performing the Yunnan Opera, but still they're very energetic. They're passionate about this opera. And also I think the Mijing Village is quite unique as compared to different ancient towns. If you want to have experiences about the Bai culture, you want to enjoy the natural scenery, make sure that you pay a visit to Mijing Village of Dali Bai Autonomous Prefecture. So I believe you have learned a lot from this Mijing Village. So this is our summary for today. We will continue to enjoy the show.
这等新的我来付吧。
而且
还是我来付吧。
不用客气了，我付出1个就可以了。看看天色一晚，老夫就先行换桥。哈哈哈哈！
风雨下不停，如不是好。
我有遇上这次，2位拿去牛吧，明日回国吧。
那下上玉子天，
我家离此不远，只能回去，请小姐放心。
如此多喜了。
两位姐姐慢走，
相公有何吩咐？
并测不得你将小姐将做哪里？
相公若不听请，几乎忘回了。